Tacoma, that's where you came from. You know what I'm saying? That's where that's where it started.
Yeah,
that's where it started for really. Where it started, the Hilltop. When I hear Hilltop, I think it's something.
I start.
I think it's something like just crazy. Like I don't know.
Just think of the top of it.
Yeah, like I don't know what to think of when
you read the Bible and say a city on a hill.
That's what a nigga
about
think
a
of.
city on a hill,
bro.
Think
of. You know what I'm saying? When is GRLA Hebrew gonna step foot back in the Hilltop?
Shout out my brother YG Preach. You know, he want me to come out there for an interview, so when we go out there for that, we got to. You know, a lot of people don't start trying to get off the porch till they in high school, some in middle school. I'm already trying to get off the porch in elementary school because I was drawn to all this, you know. Go ahead.
No, like that video you showed me with that little dude, he was in the alley, he was a young nigga. I think he was gangbanging, the cops was interviewing him or something like that.
Yeah, Chipmunk. Chipmunk. Yeah. Legendary.
Your head there, little man. Okay. Get your hands up your head there, little man. Okay. All right, you're just a little man, but you gotta do it.
Hey, what you guys doing all of this for?
We're checking you out, man.
What
they call you, young man? What they call you?
Chip.
Chip.
I was exactly like that.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? When I was a kid.
Yeah.
Once they showed me what's going on, even before they showed me what's going on, I'm seeing there's something going on out here. Like I see like the kids that's teenagers, like I see what they doing. The older nigga, like I see what they doing. I want to be involved in that. Like I just want, like I'm just sitting there looking at them, wondering like, okay, how do I get into that crowd?
Like that's what we growing up around.
You know what I'm saying? How do I be a part of it? Whatever they doing, I know it's bad, but I know I want to be down with that. You know what I'm saying? Like even before that, like I lived in these apartments in my hometown, Tacoma. I lived on 56 and Orchard. This one I'm a real little kid, and it's a hood over there. And I know I would see it like in the apartments, like the older kids, teenagers, stuff like that. Like I could just tell these kids was up to no good. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I want to be with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I was like hella too little then. You see what I'm saying? But and
this around when you think?
This is probably like 95, bro. 95. Ooh,
maybe. He was already
95.
Like,
I'm already seeing that. I'm 4 or 5 years old. I'm already seeing like they're bad.
Yeah.
But I want to be like that though. I want to be with them, cause whatever they got going, they look like something I want to do. Yeah. So then, boom. When I moved to the Hilltop now, it's like I'm seeing it more, but it's the same situation. Like I'm seeing it and I want to be. I don't know how.
Right.
So now what I would do was I would the youngest kid in the crowd that I felt like he was around my age, I'll clash with him. I like be fighting with him. But I'm only doing that to try to get. I'm trying to get involved, but I don't know how, because I don't know none of these niggas.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I'm new here, like I don't know how to get involved. Yeah. So now I'm frustrated. I want to get involved. So, you know, eventually, you know, I just started getting involved. You know, and I was willing to do whatever to get involved. So I was doing all kind of dumb stuff. Like they were sending me on all kind of stupid missions, but I was just gonna do it because I'm just trying to be a part of what's ever going on. You see what I'm saying? So after that, there's nothing that, like, my mind is already made up that early. Yeah. 3rd grade, my mind is made up. Mind you, then I'm running at school with, you know, people who they daddies is, you know, already like 1st generation niggas in my hood. As far as when the, you know, when all the Crips from California came, you know, to my community, they daddies was like the first one. It was gangbanging, you know, in the community. So
it was fresh.
It's to me, and then also that's my best friends at school. But then on the block, like these are 1st generation niggas too. They little brothers and stuff is like my best friends. So, you know, that's all I'm influenced by. Like 2nd grade, I'm already like claiming, like I'm already pushing the set, like already. You see what I'm saying? In 2nd grade, I'm already, when we jumping in, nigga come to school, say he's a blood, we're jumping him, like automatically.
Cause you move from Tacoma at what age?
It was like right before I turned 12, like the summer before I turned 12, I left Tacoma.
Yeah, all that.
And I went to California. You know, one of the main things that, outside of course, being addicted to the thrill and, you know, things of that nature of the streets, a lot of people, I mean, speaking for myself and others that I know, a lot of people feel obligated to the streets, obligated to whatever we have going on. You know, me personally, I wasn't never no dude. You know, I really look down upon people getting out the streets. When I was young, mind you, I'm young though.
Yeah.
I'm a teenager.
When you active.
So to me, that's just like, what else is there?
Yeah.
You know, when I was young, when I was a kid, I had all kind of dreams and aspirations. But the older I got, the closer I got to adulthood, the less realistic those aspirations were in my mind, and the more realistic and attainable my street aspirations were, right? So if I'm in 8th grade now and I'm not motivated to perform academically, which is gonna be necessary to carry me into anything I wanna do as far as legitimate. If I'm not academically motivated, and then taking a look, I'm assessing my realistic skill set athletically, you know, hey, look, I don't feel like, my mindset was when I was 14, I'm in 8th grade, which is when I got shot, right?
Which is crazy, by the way.
Which it was crazy, right?
Being 13,
14,
12.
14, you know what I'm
14.
saying? You know, and it was going down like that. So, especially me, I'm already like trying to get off the porch way earlier than that. You know, a lot of people don't start trying to get off the porch till they in high school, some in middle school. I'm already trying to get off the porch in elementary school because I was drawn to all this, you know. Go ahead.
No, like that video you showed me with that little dude, he was in the alley, he was a young nigga. I think he was gangbanging, the cops was interviewing him or something like that.
Yeah, Chipmunk, Chipmunk,
Chipmunk.
legendary Chipmunk. Like, it's just, but when I was exactly like that.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? When I was a kid.
Yeah.
Once they showed me what's going on and this is that, like, you know, even before they showed me what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, when I moved to the block, and it's just like, I'm seeing there's something going on out here. Like, I see like the kids that's teenagers, like I see what they doing. The older nigga, like I see what they doing. I want to be involved in that. Like I just want, like I'm just sitting there looking at them, wondering like, okay, how do I get into that crowd?
Like, that's what we growing up around.
You know what I'm saying? How do I be a part of it? Whatever they doing, I know it's bad, but I know I want to be down with that. You know what I'm saying? Like even before that, like I lived in these apartments in my hometown, Tacoma. I lived on 56 and Orchard. This one I'm a real little kid, and it's a hood over there. And I know I would see it like in the apartments, like the older kids, teenagers, stuff like that. Like I could just tell these kids was up to no good. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I want to be with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I was like hella too little then. You see what I'm saying? But and
this around when you think?
This is probably like 95, bro.
95.
Maybe.
He was already
95.
Like,
I'm already seeing that. I'm 4 or 5 years old. I'm already seeing like these are they're bad.
Yeah.
But I want to be like that though. I want to be with them, cause whatever they got going, they look like something I want to do.
Yeah.
So then, boom. When I moved to the Hilltop now, it's like I'm seeing it more, but it's the same situation. Like I'm seeing it, and I want to be. I don't know how.
Right.
So now what I would do was I would the youngest kid in the crowd that I felt like he was around my age, I'll clash with him. I like be fighting with him, but I'm only doing that to try to get. I'm trying to get involved, but I don't know how because I don't know none of these niggas.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm just like I'm new here, like I don't know how to get involved. Yeah. So now I'm frustrated. I want to get involved. So, you know, eventually, you know, I just started getting involved, you know, and I was willing to do whatever to get involved. So I was doing all kind of dumb stuff. Like they were sending me on all kind of stupid missions, but I was just gonna do it. Like I didn't care. I was gonna steal, fight. I was gonna do whatever that they was gonna ask me to do or tell me to do. Not even ask me to do, tell me to do, because I'm just trying to be a part of what's ever going on. You see what I'm saying? So after that, there's nothing that, like my mind is already made up that early. Yeah. 3rd grade, my mind is made up. Mind you, then I'm running at school with, you know, people who they daddies is, you know, already like 1st generation niggas in my hood. As far as when when all the Crips from California came, you know, to my community, they daddies was like the first ones. You know what I'm saying? Like they the first crop of niggas that got like put on and was gangbanging, you know, in the community. So
it was fresh.
It's to me, and then also that's my best friends at school, and then my best friends at home because at this point, at this stage, they was busing everybody different schools. So I wasn't going to school. They was busing us to a different part of town, some of us, right? But then on the block, like these are first generation niggas too. They little brothers and stuff is like my best friends. So, you know, that's all I'm influenced by. So I'm just with that. I'm with that all the way. So this is already, like I said, like second grade, I'm already like claiming, like I'm already pushing the set, like already. You see what I'm saying? In second grade, I'm already, when we jumping in, nigga come to school, say he's a blood, we're jumping him, like automatically. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no, there was no question. You see what I'm like? There was no doubt. The nigga came into class, say he's a blood. We already knew, we looked at each other like, we're moving on this nigga. First chance we get. There's not finna be no blood around us, bro. Like this is what we thinking already.
Yeah.
But I'm convinced, so mind you though, I'm moving around like after that, after a couple years, we move. I could have reinvented my whole self if I wanted to. If I wanted to just be a regular nigga. Exactly. I had all opportunity because we kept moving around. Moving cities, moving schools. And then with 8th grade, we stayed in the same spot, but I still was bouncing schools. But even then, like that's when like it was solidified because we was kind of stable there when I moved to San Diego County, North San Diego County, 8th grade. And again, I could have did anything. I could have just said I was a regular square. At that point, nobody knows me. And this is before the advent of the internet where the world is like super
that's what
small.
I was thinking. I'm like, all right, the internet ain't back then, so it's
you know, MySpace is just coming out at this time.
Yeah.
So people don't, your friend moved states, bro, you don't see this nigga no more.
They gone until you get older.
You know what I'm saying? Until you get older and now the internet working, now you can reconnect.
Yeah.
But outside of that, and that's if you remember. But at this point in time, like, you know, I'm moving away from niggas. You know, it's only a couple niggas I stay in contact with, you know, from back home. So I'm in this situation where, hey, I can be whoever I want to be right now. Or if I want to reinvent, if I want to come be from a new hood, I can go be from there.
Why you had to move so much?
Shit, man, it was a lot going on.
Cause I remember you telling me, I remember we was on Silver, you probably didn't remember this convo, but we in the living room. And we just talking, you was just telling me how you went from school to school to school.
Man, I went to a different school. For 4th grade, I went to a different school every year. Every year from 4th grade.
When I was in elementary, I used to switch schools every like 2-3 years though. You niggas said every year.
Every year, bro. So what I do? Yeah, so when I was young, I started going to this school. It's on the north.
What's young?
It's
how old?
It's like kindergarten.
All right, so
no, before kindergarten. Head Start.
Head Start.
Head Start is pre-K.
Okay.
But Head Start is like a welfare program.
Okay. Yeah,
for pre-K. You see what I'm saying? So you got food stamps, you can go to Head Start type deal.
Yeah.
So I'm going to Head Start. Head Start, Miss Susan.
Miss Susan.
I remember all my teachers.
All right, so you in Head Start. What city this in?
So Tacoma, Washington.
Tacoma.
Jefferson. My nigga Day was in that class. He was my best friend all the way from Head Start.
And Jefferson, that's what, north, south, east, west?
It's north end of Tacoma, just on the other side of, like when the north end start, it's right there, 6th Ave.
Okay, and when you go to Head Start, Jefferson, that north end, that consists of what? You got blacks, Hispanics, what you got?
Well, the north end is like a white part of town.
White part of town.
But a lot of, at this time, they're busing niggas from the hood over there.
Okay.
So like I said, Day was my best friend all the way from there. Yep. So his daddy is first generation.
First generation.
His uncle, first generation.
Yeah.
Niggas who was banging in the Hilltop, first generation. Yep. You see what I'm saying? So you see, I got pictures of his daddy, all Astros, entire Astros uniform on, all the way back 91. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Legendary type of stuff. His pop's legendary. So that's all the way back. So we getting bust there. Yeah. I forget, but me, at the time, I'm living in the district though.
Yeah.
So what happens is, we moved to the hood the next year, and then that's when I'm like 5. When I'm in kindergarten, we moved to the hood, and then from there, I'm getting bust in. You see what I'm saying? Still, but it just so happened to where I lived really where I was supposed to go to that school. Yeah. Then I moved to the hood, but they still was busting me into the school. But they was busting a gang of us into the school.
You saying after you moved from like the Head Start area, you moved?
Yeah.
Okay, boom. And then what is it like? Okay, cool. Because this is people that like to look at maps, know where nigga, know what's going on, get a nice descriptive picture of how it's looking. Okay, cool. Boom. You move to the hood, and where is that? You in Tacoma
This
still?
this on the Hilltop. This is
on the
south
Hilltop.
side. South side.
Hilltop
Tacoma.
on the south side now.
Yeah, south side.
All right.
It's really technically like technically it's central Tacoma, but Tacoma is we got 6th Ave. So 6th Avenue is like the main street that run through the middle of Tacoma.
Okay.
So if you south of 6th, that's the south side.
Yeah.
If you north of 6th, that's the north end.
The north end.
The south side
South side.
and the north end.
All split up by the 6th Ave.
By 6th Ave, but you'll see it because you'll be in the hood. Like you'll be on my block, like I live on 8th. So if you walk 2 blocks, 3 blocks north,
Yeah.
you're on the north end now.
North end.
And
That's fast.
the computer, and the street, the block, the neighborhood, the community, it looks totally different than where I live at.
Yeah.
Totally different. Nothing's the same. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a difference. At least when I was growing up, I can't tell you what it looked like now. I ain't been back in a couple of years. And it's definitely changed since I was, but when I was young, when you crossed 6th Avenue, there was a clear distinction in the type of community you were in. Clear distinction.
Now you ain't been back in a minute.
Yeah.
Right? You took. And for those who don't know, right, we went to Lafayette, Louisiana.
Yeah.
And you went because it's like some origins of where you came from, right?
My origin, part of my origin story.
Your origin story, you know what I'm saying? You went to Lafayette, Louisiana, and we went for the one of the reasons, the main reason was to get like, all right, cool, you got to see where your folks are coming from because it's origins. Tacoma, that's where you came from, you know what I'm saying? That's where it started.
Yeah,
that's where it started for GRLA Hebrew.
Yeah, 1000%.
That's where it started, the Hilltop. When I hear Hilltop, I think it's
that's where
something,
I start.
I think it's something like just crazy, like I don't know.
Just think of the top of it.
Yeah, like I don't know what to think of when I
you
hear
read
Hilltop.
the Bible and say a city on the hill, you
That's what a
think
nigga
about
think
a
of.
city on the hill, bro.
Think of. You know what I'm saying? So cool. When is GRLA Hebrew gonna step foot back in the Hilltop just to at least like, all right, this, you know what I'm saying? This the nostalgia of it. You know what I'm saying? Get something going, get a little doc going. Just
Yeah,
something.
well, I'm gonna go. Well, you know, shout out my brother YG Preach. You know, he want me to come out there for an interview, so when we go out there for that, we got to go back to the hill. I'm gonna take y'all to the block, which I went back in like 2019. So 5 years ago, I went in 2022 or 2021. Yeah, I went in 2021, and then I went in 2019. But other than that, I hadn't been back since like 2011.
Yeah.
2011, yeah, 2011, I think, or 2012, something like that.
Cause when you go back, all right, boom. When you went in 2021, it's way different now. It's 2020. It's gonna be 2025.
Yeah,
and
it's definitely way different from when I was a kid. You know,
exactly.
Sure.
And the experience also opened things up to get these new ideas to do things. So we go documentaries, sit down talks. You know what I'm saying? Show niggas where you used to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
What's your dad used to drive? What street he was going up and down? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
shit like that.
all that. We can do all that for sure.
Where the Head Start was located.
Yeah, we'll take you over to Jefferson.
Where you thought like the first streets you was at, you was like, damn, I want to start a game. I want to be in at the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I'll
Shit
take
like
you
that.
right there.
You know
That's
what I'm
my
saying?
block where I stayed at. Yeah, but I'll take you all there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I showed you like, boom. You know, we watched a hood vlog before in my hood. You know what I'm saying? That was on the Valley Club channel. You know what I'm saying? So that's all like they was on blocks. You know what I'm saying? I really came up on and around and things like that. Like, you know, I know some individuals that I seen in there. Okay. You know, from coming up around that mud. You know what I mean? Before I moved to California and stuff. For sure.
Cause you moved from Tacoma at what age?
I was 12.
Okay,
12 about 12, yeah.
That's all your, what they call that from like 1 to 12, adolescence, or that's like 10?
Adolescence, you know what I mean? Like you're in your preteen, like
something like
it was
that.
like right before I turned 12, like the summer before I turned 12, I left Tacoma.
Yeah, all that.
And I went to California.
All that from that age, that'd be vital and key, like how nigga origin story come from.
Yeah, and that's why I'm gonna always represent for the Hilltop. You know, I'm always gonna represent for the Hilltop because there was no place I've been that was more formative to who I am than that community. That community really shaped and molded the guy. I've of course changed and grown, but as far as the foundation that I gained there, it hasn't changed from that time. I'm that same guy that was shaped and molded right there because I had such a wide range of people around me. I really was surrounded by more so older people. It really wasn't only but a couple people my age that I was really dealing with on a day-to-day basis. It was some younger kids, and then it was like kids that's 4 and 5 years older than me. Then I had grown men around, and I'm soaking up the game from them. So that's where I'm really getting molded at, is on that hill. So regardless of, because a lot of people, they want to put me like I'm from California, and that's fine.
And it makes sense because that's where you spent, you know what I'm saying, like them teenage years. That's
years.
when you really get active. Like,
and I really lived equal. If you count up all the cumulative time I lived in each, I lived 13 years in each.
Yeah. Okay.
Cumulatively.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I ended up moving back to Washington at a point in time.
Yeah.
So overall, I spent about 13 years in each, and then when I was 27, that's when I moved to the South.
You moved to the South.
And I've been down South ever since then.
Yeah.
So all that first 26 years of my life, it was literally cut in half, Tacoma, Washington, and then Southern California.
Okay.
You know, everywhere in Southern California. So from LA all the way to San Diego. So I'm half and half, right? But as far as my foundation, that's always gonna be the hill. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But I'm always gonna be put in the California box because, of course, California is more known, more popular. Yeah. And again, I can't say I'm not from. I used to resist that though. Yeah. That's how much pride I took on the Hilltop. I used to resist, like, no, I ain't from California, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to, but on top of that, and then my affiliations and things like that, you gonna group me in California. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, even before I ever went to California, I was already representing a street that's in California. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. So then going there, it just came full circle. Like I said, when I moved to California, I'm already from a gang here. You see what I'm saying? Without even understanding the full scope of that. You know what I mean? Exactly. So
because you moved down there representing.
I moved down there already representing.
Was you doing though?
I'm knowing that, but it's like
it makes sense.
It's like I didn't understand that I'm gonna be automatically grouped like, you see what I'm saying? Like I knew it, but didn't understand. Like people just automatically assume like, oh, he's from LA. Yeah. Like that's automatic. Like I'm in the LA boat automatically. Before, and I'm like, nah, I done came from somewhere else. But it's whatever. And then I'm coming up in middle school and in high school. I moved out there in middle school. Exactly. You know, so I'm in middle school. I'm in high school.
Prime years.
You know, it is what it is. So you know, it just which was. I mean, it was fine as far as that goes. I'm not, because whatever the homies is on, that's what I'm on anyway. Yeah. You know, but some people would get confused as to, like, you know, where I came from. You know what I'm saying?
Now, do you feel like, all right, you growing up in Tacoma around older niggas and stuff like that, when you moved to Cali and shit, do you feel like you had an advantage on niggas your age?
I had an advantage on niggas my age 1,000%.
Yeah, just because you was around.
The way I thought was different than niggas my age. I thought way advanced on niggas my age. Like, it was niggas my age that was crash dummies just because they wanted cool points, they wanted validation, acceptance. Yeah. I had already went through a process of validation and acceptance. Exactly. I already did what I felt like I had to do to impress who I felt like I had to impress. Exactly. And that was it for me. I don't feel like I have to impress anybody else after that.
No high.
I'm not chasing as far as they go.
Niggas that crash now just be chasing a high.
They chasing a high. They want their reputation to ring. Yeah. To me, when I was on that block and the older people that was making me fight and steal and do all type of BS that I was doing, that was to prove to them. After that, I was not impressed enough by any niggas to want to prove anything to them. Yeah. So but that ain't really story. So now when we're in middle school and we're in high school, niggas are trying to do that now. They're trying to prove themselves.
Yeah, they just now trying to hop on.
They just now trying to prove themselves. I already went through this process. Yeah. So I'm looking at niggas like this. So I'm already thinking ahead of that.
Exactly. You passed that. You on stage. You on the next stage.
I had a situation. Yeah. I got into it with somebody, and my homeboy at the time, Quake, he was like, he wanted to really do something, and it wasn't even it was just words, like it wasn't even serious. Exactly. It was no physical altercation. And I'm like, bro, like I said, bro, you gotta ask yourself, is this gonna matter 6 months from now? And he looked at me and said, I asked him, I said, is this gonna matter 5 years from now? Right. And he said, it's probably not gonna matter 2 weeks from now. But he was still ready to crash out though. And I'm like, bro, you can't think like that, bro. But with him, you know, he was dealing with whatever he's dealing with, and you know, he's going through his rite of passage. Yeah. You know, we gotta understand when we really get into the history of this all, and we understand where we come from, whether it be in the indigenous in the Americas and West Africa going all the way back to Israel, we come from warrior cultures. So as warrior culture, a young man have to go through what's called a rite of passage to enter into manhood as a warrior, as a respected warrior amongst his people, amongst his peers. So this is what we're going through in middle school and high school when we're quote unquote crashing out, when we're having fights, when some of us are joining gangs and doing these things. We're going through a rite of passage. This is millennia long. This is ingrained in human DNA. So a lot of times you're looking at these young men and going, oh my God, look at what they're doing all out. It's a rite of passage.
Yeah.
And then if you're from a particular community, it's a rite of passage for you to become a representative of that community. Right? And a part of that getting jumped in is a rite of passage. It's called an initiation ritual. You want to become a part of this community.
Exactly.
And then turn around and represent it.
Yeah.
This is warrior culture.
That's crazy.
That we come from this.
Yeah.
Whether you know it or not, whether you like it or not, we come from this.
Whether it look a certain way, whether you wanted to look this way, whether you wanted to sound so ancient to where it looked different than how it's going on right now. That's crazy how you put it like that. And then when you say stuff like that, knowing stuff like that, it allow you to understand stuff way better.
Way better.
And you know what I'm saying? You ain't just gonna put a nigga beneath you and stuff like that because you knowing what they going through. And that's another way how you be reaching people and stuff because, all right, boom, I put it like this, I correlate it to this, boom, I make this make sense, and now I understand this nigga, I understand this woman. You know what I'm saying? When I'm talking to them, they feel like they can talk to me and let me know everything because I'm understanding all walks of life type.